Southern Mallee Giants footy report, and it's great to have your company. Coleman Schache, the coach who couldn't be any more delighted with last week's efforts. G'day, Coleman. How you going?
Going well, thanks, Wayne. Great to be on.
Yeah, you're shifting a bit of grain around the farm and a fair bit of jobs on right now. I guess farmers' work never stops, but crops are up okay. A little bit of moisture needed still?
Yes, very frosty morning this morning, so I won't lie. I've just probably thorn the fingers out today. But, still looking for a bit of moisture around, but still can't complain at the moment.
All right, good to hear. Now, let's have a look at it. You can't complain on the footy field. You beat the Warrack Eagles. When you came to this competition at a Horsham district and via the Mallee, everyone knows everyone through this part of the world, and a lot of folk from Dimboola and Hopetoun go down to Warrack Nabil across the Yarriambiack Shire. So this was a grudge match, but gee, you accounted for them on their home deck in superb style. 19-12, 126 to 2-5-17. What was it like, Coleman, to beat them so thoroughly?
No, it was pleasing. We played. We've been wanting to play some consistent footy, which is probably what we lacked in the first sort of couple of months of the season, and in the last couple of games we've done that. So put a four-quarter performance together. So I think that was the most pleasing thing about it. And a couple of young ones, Jack Landrigan and Benny McGee up forward. They're really stepping up in recent weeks and making our forward line look pretty dangerous. So, they're playing some more consistent footy, and that's sort of, a lot of players are, and it's reflecting through the team performances.
I wanted to talk about the Webster show. You had both the boys in the side after injury, and J with 5, B with 4, Dinham kicked 4 too. I mean, this was a very, very powerful forward line, and you still got Cook to come back.
Yes, we're very lucky to have the Webster brothers up there, and it's probably only the third game of the year we've had them both in the team at the same time. So Josh, just first game back off his hamstring injury, just slots in nicely with his 5, and obviously Ben playing more of a centre-half forward role. He's done really well to kick his 4 goals. So exciting stuff to keep getting a bit of continuity between the forwards would be nice, and obviously Lucas to come back in will only help that as well.
Absolutely. It's a magnificent win by your senior side in that game. The reserve side, now they had a really good season and starting to just show some real good form. This time beating Warrack 15-12 to 1-1. I mean, there's nothing better than boys from Dimboola and Hopetoun beating the Eagles in the reserves, because as again, through the farms and at the yards and then down in the street, you get to see each other a bit, and this was a great performance.
Yes, there's always a bit of that rivalry there since we've come into the new league. But it was. The boys, they're sort of reflecting how the senior boys are playing a bit. They had a bit of a lull there for a while, but got some senior heads back around the team at the moment. So that sort of helped them the last couple of weeks, and they're starting to play some better footy as well. And I think James Ray, he'll come back into the side this week. So he's a senior head around those young fellas, so that will only help him against a pretty strong Minyip side.
Yeah, I tell you what, Johnny Bellinger, he's just getting a senior head on him, kicked 4 goals, and then I noted he didn't get in the best players. I mean, we've had a bit of mail here at the station about it this week.
Yeah, righto. I didn't realise he wasn't in the best, but I was quick to find out Tuesday night that he kicked 4 goals. No, he's still coming along nicely up in centre-half forward there.
Now, what about Tristan Blair? Great to see this young fella emerge. Booted 3, a really good young kid.
He is. He's very talented. He's got a very smart head on him, very smart football brain, Tristan. He just reads the ball really well, puts himself in the right spots at the right time, and he's got some handy skills to finish off as well. So when he's got the ball in his hands, he's definitely dangerous.
He certainly is. Nhill with 3, Conheedy kicked a couple, and T. Richardson, he's been a good player for you. Nhill, Colbert, Holland, Williams and Deck Brown were good on the deck for the day. And what about into the other grade, the 14s? It's a bit tougher down in this particular part of the world. The lads thought they might have a bit of a show, but it wasn't to be. They came out against the Eagles and got mercied pretty early.
They did. They were kicking the dew off a bit earlier than normal, the under-14s this week. So there was a match between the 14s and the reserves at the normal time that the under-14s play. So that they, I actually missed this game because I think they started at might have been 9:30 or something like that. So didn't get to see it, unfortunately. But I know Kybie, he kicked a goal and he was pretty happy with that. So, I think that was in the last quarter. So I think the boys are a bit more confident going into this week against Minyip, I reckon.
Yeah, certainly are at the moment. They putting their best effort in. C. Frankel, J. Chris, D. Hakopa, Horman, and also Roberts and Kay Bellinger among the better players for the match. As we take a look at this week's round 12 matches, it's a pretty important season that you've now got. You're really coming up against one of the best sides in the competition. Minyip Murtoa, you beat them last time at Beulah by a point. I mean, this is going to be, I even looked at it and said, maybe match of the season here, Coleman.
Yeah, it'll be a cracking game, and we're looking forward to it, Flo, man. So, Minyip, they're in red-hot form at the moment. They've sort of had some big wins over the last month, so they're really running hot, and we think we've got the trajectory in the right direction at the moment, and hopefully we'll really test ourselves out this weekend and see where we're at. So cracking game last time, like you said, and hopefully the same again come around on Murtoa's home deck.
I'll tell you what, I noted that you've got one of your star veteran midfielders, Clint Burdett, back into the side in the seniors. I know that you might have even tested him through the reserves normally, but gee, he's come straight back in against Minyip Murtoa.
Yeah, the big 37-year-old comes straight back into the side. No, he deserves his spot. He's had 2 weeks training flat out on the track. His knees recovered. And you can definitely tell he's been the energy on the track throughout the last week, and he's keen to get back out there amongst it with the boys. So we're pretty happy to have him back in the team.
Oh, I bet you are, and I bet that Marnie, your co-coach, who was best on the field last week, he'll be going pretty hard at it in the middle. Unlucky, I think, is it Cara that's out of the side that goes back into the twos, and he'll join Jimmy Ray back there?
It is. Brado Cara will go back. So he's been playing some really good roles for us in the last week, sort of playing undersized in the ruck and also onto the wing. So he's played his role. He was very unlucky, but I'm sure there's going to be more opportunities, open up for him in the coming weeks.
Got a good side in too with Bellinger playing well, and Landrigan, as you mentioned earlier, having a really good season, and right through your side. This is going to be brilliant with Webster's up for both Josh and Ben in pretty good form, and we know that Denham's kicking goals, and we've got some good crumbing stuff happening from McGee. Then on the other side, the Delahunties, Chamberlain, you're going to have to watch. Ison kicks goals, the McIntyre boys out of the middle. What a side they'll be. Bibby's been pretty good for them this year too. I'm tipping an absolute cliffhanger, but I've gone against you blokes probably for one of the first times ever. I just got a feeling Minyip Murtoa might be able to get you on their home deck, Coleman.
No, that's completely fair enough, Wayne. We'll see how we go next week when we're talking.
All rightio. You can give it to me then, and the Clint Burdett family will no doubt be pretty happy about seeing him back out on the field. This is going to be pretty good in the reserves. You've got a chance in your reserve grade to have a real dip here, and against Minyip Murtoa, who have got another particularly good reserve side in. They're at top. You're pushing around the place in third spot, so a chance here for your reserves to take a big scalp.
It is. I think Minyip lost their first game of the year last week against Ararat. So proves they're definitely beatable. And I know the boys had a good challenge against them last time, and they lost after the siren from memory last time. So they were definitely thereabouts. So I think they'll fancy their chances with a few senior boys back in and the way they're playing for the last couple of weeks. But you're spot on. It's sort of a bit of can step away from the pack around that cluster around 5 and 6 for the final spot if they can snag a win, very similar to us this weekend.
Yeah, I tell you what, there was a fantastic game in the reserves last time, and the seniors, of course, are just the 1 point losses, I think, both ways. So this time around, I'm going to reverse the tip, and I'm going to go with the Southern Mallee Giants to win the reserve grade game. Down into the junior grade, and your lads will come out, and as you mentioned, it was a bit of a very icy, cold morning this morning. Hopefully, there's no more frost for the kids, but they'll have a pretty tough ask. Although Minyip Murtoa in their field, 6th on the ladder, so the lads might fancy to kick a bit of score here in the morning. Yes,
they definitely will. The boys, they got some big news this week too with Jacko Moore. He's been training flat out, so it's his first game back from a broken arm. So I don't think he actually played a game. I think he did it just before round 1. So he's been belting the door down on training track, and he's finally got his arm out of the sling and he's raring to go. So unfortunately, Lewin, the coach, is away this week, so Liam Price, he's a well-known character around the club, and he's going to lead the troops this week. So there will be a bit of extra energy there, and just watching them train on Thursday night, they're keen to go.
Keen to go and keen to get a win on the board. Hopefully they'll go well against Minyip Murtoa over there at Murtoa. All right, around the club, it's just a fair bit of excitement. We're getting to the business end of the season, Coleman. Anything to look forward to over the next couple of weeks?
Well, on the Sunday this weekend, I know the under-13s in the netball and the footballers, they're going to Dimboola for a hit-out Sunday morning, so that'll be really good for their development, just playing a full-length game, and should be good even contest and get a good full hit-out. That'll do wonders for their confidence and their development in their football skills. So I know they're all looking forward to that and excited by that opportunity. So, other than that, it's just business as usual around the club with a couple of away games in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of away games, and they could really set your season up. Tell you what, with those frosts, you got no fingernails left, Coleman. I better let you get back to the farm and get back working. But, a really good week of football ahead.
Yeah, sure is, Wayne. Thanks for that.